the city of Adelaide definitely supports me and behind me 100%. You know, the people over here don't judge me for the person that I am in between those lines. I wasn't even in the first round of the draft, man. Everything that I did was about me wanting to make myself better as a player. The fastest way to kind of get them out the car, the window was broke already, like I said. So I basically just hit the window one more time and then we cracked it and then kind of basically I got them out the car.
Trez, it's nice to finally be able to catch up and talk to you. Been looking forward to doing this. Firstly, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Enjoying my time over in Australia, man. Enjoying all the different cities that I get to take in, and just enjoying my first time actually being overseas. So it's been a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fan love in Australia. I've been getting either from the city of Adelaide for sure, but definitely from fans from other cities. So it's just been amazing.
Yeah, you're a fan favourite from everybody in Australia. We love having you here, but you had an incredible basketball journey. You had an incredible journey in your life. Did you think at any point that it would take you to Australia, a different continent on the other side of the world?
At some point in my career, I mean, I knew it would because, the way the NBA game kind of goes, it's just the transition of things and how it kind of went. It might happen. I just, suffered an injury. So it's a little bit different path than, most people would try or would take. But I'm not most people, man. So, this has been a great experience for me. The team and the organization that I play for in Adelaide understands what I want to do and what I'm trying to get back to, and they've been nothing but supportive of, trying to help me get back there.
Yeah, and it looks like the way you're playing, it's inevitable. We don't selfishly want to see you go, but we understand that it's probably on the path. What did you know about Australia when the phone picks up and you get the opportunity to come down here?
Nothing. Literally nothing, man. Once I got over here, it was a whole brand new experience for me. The time frame, literally the learning the driving on the other side of the street, which is not that bad, really. But literally I was fresh to it all. That's why I said I'm just enjoying taking every bit of it in. The whole time I'm over here. At first it started out for just being an injury replacement for my teammate, and just transpired into something further. So I'm just enjoying it and taking it all in one step at a time, really.
How quickly from when you arrived and when you started playing and meeting everybody in Adelaide did you start having the thought of like, oh, I could actually be here for a lot longer?
In the first couple of weeks, honestly, first about 2 weeks, really, just being in the city, from going to the airport to, playing that first game over in Perth in the tournament, man. And, ever since then, it's been nothing but up. Like I said, the city of Adelaide definitely supports me and are behind me 100%. And it just feels great to actually just be, feel love, really, man, just for what you do for playing the game of basketball. This is definitely a sport. It's definitely, just a game that we do. But, when you do it at a high level and you compete and you're trying to actually do something for, not only for yourself, but for an organization that, wants to build something special, and you actually be a part of it, it's amazing.
I want to talk a bit about that because the feeling that you obviously have right now from the fans and everything, and you've been through ups and downs throughout your basketball career. We, especially here in Australia, watching players like you in the NBA, only really get to see you put a ball in a hoop, dunking, doing all that. But you've been through a whole lot more than that. So to be able to be here and feel all of that, does it make it even more special?
It does. It definitely does, man, because the people over here don't judge me for the person that I am in between those lines. And I think that's one of the most amazing things about being over here as opposed to me being in the States, because people see the aggression, the yelling, and how I play the game with passion and just the energy that I play it with. And, they mark me as, a bad guy, a problem, this, that, and the third, man, without even knowing me. But, it's not like that over here. Everybody is warming, they're accepting, and they literally just, love the person of who I am. And that's just me being me, man. Just playing the game of basketball as hard as I know how to help a team win. And off the court, I'm just a regular human being, man. I'm a dad, I'm a, father, spouse, and that's it, man. That's what they accept me for. They don't judge me for what I do or say in between those lines.
You said a lot of that in the piece you wrote for the Players Tribune. Why did you want to write that piece?
Because I never got to tell my side of the story, literally. And none of the aspects and none of the situations that we had those conversations about, it wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't nothing that that I pre-written down or that I had to pre-save from a monitor behind the screen, man. It was something that was actually asked and wanted my genuine answers from, and that's what I gave. And like I said, it goes just right back to the comment I just made, man. People judged me and didn't even know what was actually transpiring or taking place behind the scenes, man. But I always got, painted out being the bad guy, which is okay. I mean, I don't wake up to please the world, man. You feel me? I wake up to please God, myself, my grandmother in the heavens, and my family. My loved ones. My inner circle is the ones that I care about. That if my image is, deterred a different way between them, then that's why I start to feel a certain way. But as far as being painted the bad guy, I never really cared or really bothered me. You feel me? But with me not being able to tell my side of the story, that's just what the story was being told. And that was one time I was able to speak my truth.
It's an awesome read, and I encourage everybody to go and read it, because again, there's certain little parts of it that you're saying it now and I can now understand. And you start off with talking about that you were just the guy who made it out of the mud.
Basically, I mean, that's how I made my career, man. I wasn't first pick in the draft. I wasn't even in the first round in the draft, man. Everything that I did was about me wanting to make myself better as a player, about me wanting to compete and actually, have some stake in this game that we play and that we love, especially when I was in the NBA, even to this day, in the age that I am now. When I first came into the NBA, I came in second round, wasn't a guaranteed spot. I wasn't playing a lot. I was asked to go to the G League just so I could play. Most people would just, sit there and be able to go around, take the trips, and just be with the team and stuff like that. Yeah, that was cool. My first year, learning from the guys, but I wanted to play. I wanted to actually be able to work on my game, to actually be able to, be in situations where they may want to use me in for, going forward for the season, man. And, it was just about me kept working and working and working for an opportunity. Most guys would, accept where they are. Most guys may, fall off the deep end. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys go a lot of different ways, man, but I know what I wanted to do for myself, and that's all I did, man. I know I didn't make it to the NBA by getting anything handed to me. I went to military school. I did a year there. I went from there to supposedly going to Virginia Tech, not going there, to going to the University of Louisville, to winning one there, to, you feel me? Like, I had a whole different path that really wasn't supposed to be my path, you feel me? But I made it, you feel me? I didn't ask nobody for no handout, and even to this day, that's how I live my life. That's how I work and actually showing for my kids to live, you feel me? Like, that's why I work and do the things that I do, so I never have to worry about them being put in a situation to the point where they have to ask for anything in their life.
The G League thing was fascinating to hear about, because again, unless a couple of people knew it, I don't think people would even understand the difference from being a 30th pick in the first round. You talk about the guaranteed contracts, to being 2 picks later and having to fight for it. And as you said, we see so often players will just deal with it, but you literally asked to go to the G League. Can you tell us about that?
Like I said, man, it's about me wanting to work on my game. It's about me wanting to be a better player, not just accept the norm of just, okay, I made the NBA, because it's not, I knew coming into this game, it's not about that first contract. It's about the second, third, fourth. That's what it's about, you feel me? And it's a credit to, honestly, my upbringing, my family, where I'm from, man. My dad, my grandmother, my family, my whole inner circle. Like I said, I come from a spot where, like I said, it's tough to make it out of, but it's easier to get in trouble. So I just didn't put myself in those situations, and kind of hung with guys that was in the circle that was trying to make it in the same things that I was trying to do. And it just, built a different mindset in me to work. Literally my whole upbringing is about work. That's what my dad kind of, instilled in me. And I just always live my life by saying, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And I've seen a lot of times the guys that just, was okay with their talent and where they at, and just thought that was going to take them a long way. And every day I'm in the gym working, getting better at my game, flipping tires. I didn't just do basketball, you feel me? I played multiple sports. I played football, I played basketball, I did track and field, I did baseball. Like, I did it all, you feel me? And it's just coming from my dad of, working, knowing that, I was an athlete. I was just blessed to be one, you feel me? Just didn't know what path he was going to take me in. But asking to go down to the G League, it came from just that passion of wanting to work, man, and not just sit and be okay with, like I said, just the role of, I made the NBA, because the quickest I made that, definitely knowing I made it in the second round, as quick as I could have been out of it. And, really it was just about wanted to play the game of basketball too, man. Like, I'm a competitor. It's only so many practices you do in the NBA, especially in the season. It's not a lot of times that you can actually show in practice, like, hey, I'm ready, you feel me? I'm ready to help contribute to the team and stuff like that. You know, the guys, especially in my situation, I went to Houston. I went to a team loaded with vets: James Harden, Dwight Howard, Nene, Josh Smith. We had Michael Beasley on that team, Ryan Anderson, Jason Terry, Todd Lawson. I had vets in the locker room: Trevor Ariza, Marcus Thornton. Like, these are guys that are, 10, 12 years in their careers, you feel me? So it was tougher in the situations. But, going down to the G League, I was being able to play on the team with guys who was there for training camp. Guys who was fighting for a spot of trying to make the team, you feel me? And they just basically put the guys in those, you feel me, down there that they were still keeping an eye on. And I was able to go down there with guys that I already had a relationship with from just grinding it out in the summer, training camp guys and stuff, you feel me? I played NBA Summer League with some of the guys. So it was just, honestly, just wanting to play the game of basketball, really.
And you talk a lot through that journey, the last few years especially, about what your family sacrificed to help you and you putting in the hard work to do that, especially about your relationship with your grandmother. All of that, is that what inspired you every day to go? And you talk about flipping ties, doing all of that just to put in the extra yards?
It still inspires me to this day, man. It's still my job to this day because, even though my grandmother's not here, I'm basically that person that stepped in the role of keeping our household together. That's just what it is, and that's just the truth. So every day it's still a testament to me. I got businesses that are named after my grandmother. My daycare is named after my grandmother. I'm actually in the process of opening a trampoline park, and it's going to have a dedication piece in the middle of the floor to my grandmother. So everything that I do, man, is just a testament to, the sacrifice that they made throughout life. When I was that teenager playing AAU, running around trying to, make a way for myself and actually make a name for our family. And they blessed me with as much as they could and sacrificed as much as they could to make sure I had those chances to do that. So this is the easy part for me, man. I'm just, having fun doing something that I love and being able to call it a job.
Give us a bit of a snapshot about growing up with the family in the household, because I think the Clippers did a feature piece on you and it really highlighted that, and we kind of saw a little bit about your childhood growing up. And again, from us sitting here watching you winning Sixth Man of the Year, that's a lot different story.
Right. Another thing that wasn't promised, man, that wasn't in my story to be written, man. Nobody had me winning the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award, being 32nd pick in the NBA, bro. And I was in the conversation for 3 years in a row. So it's just a testament, man. Like I said, I love the game of basketball, man. Like, this, like, my grandmother actually passed something on to me that I fell in love with, and it's this game of basketball. And, like I said, my family sacrificed a lot, even to this day, my family, with my kids and, my lady and stuff like that, they sacrifice a lot because I'm way across the world right now. In the summer, I don't really do vacations, and I have been that way since being in the NBA. I haven't taken a vacation. I did a little one, but it's not a real one, you feel me? Most guys, they go overseas, they go this place, that place. Like, nah, I kind of just, take the first 2 weeks off and just, go visit my family that I haven't seen, because I live in Georgia. My family still lives in North Carolina. That's why I bought their house. So I go down and see my family. And then I take my kids somewhere, depending on where they want to go, Disneyland, Florida, just anywhere they want to go. And we just get away, just rent a house somewhere by a beach and stuff like that. And I just let them run wild and just enjoy that time. But after those about 2.5 weeks, I lock back into basketball. And what I mean is I start my training with my trainer in the morning, as far as in the gym, lifting weights. And then literally I go on into playing program basketball games. And it's always crazy because the way it works, if you're assigned to a team, you can't play. Like, you got to wait till the 1st of, I think, July. But every time when it comes up, I'm in negotiation for a contract, so I'm not signed technically. So I always get to play in the Drew League early, the ABL, the Dykeman, stuff like that. That's why I said I love this game of basketball, because I don't get paid to play in those things. You feel me? Like, I pay my own money for flights to go and play in these games and stuff like that. But that's just how I love the game of basketball. And honestly, it's just giving back, because a lot of these people would never get to see guys in my statue play in the NBA arena. But these are kids and these are, different people that actually come out in the summer and be in the gym, you feel me, to watch older guys, different vets, different pros from all overseas to just compete and, basically win bragging rights for the summer. You can't ask for nothing no better. Definitely in LA. And the LA one is competitive, man. Like, literally, I think this past summer, DeMar DeRozan won it. Like, look how that's DeMar DeRozan was in it. His younger guy, I can't forget his name, but he was on the Bulls with DeMar. But guys like that are playing in like pro-am games in the summer, man. It's only about bragging rights, and it was competitive, man. Like DeMar, I think he was down like 18 or 20 and had to come back and win it, man. That just goes to show you that guys still compete and love this game, and I'm one of those guys, really, man. So just really, really my family and the upbringing that I had was one of those ones where it's always about working, man. I'm the oldest of 3 boys. I have 2 younger brothers, and really, I just had to be the one that kind of paved the way for them, man. I had 2 younger brothers coming up behind me, man, and I definitely didn't want to be that older brother with one of those stories that, you don't want to end up like your brother. You feel me? And just, I'm from the country, man. That's like literally, like, y'all have countrysides out here in Australia. Like, think of one of those, but like, if you looked at that piece, it's like, it's real country out where I came up with my upbringing and stuff like that. So it wasn't nothing much to do, you feel me? We kind of had to create our own fun as kids. Me and my brothers definitely, I want to say we caused a lot more trouble than we were supposed to, you feel me? But, we had to create our own fun. We had to, we made our own basketball goals out of stuff we wasn't even supposed to. Fishing, the nets you use to get the fish after you caught the fish or something like that, we done cut the bottom of that off and hung it in the tree. Now we got to go. Like, it's stuff like that, man. So it was a different upbringing for me, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. If I had to go back and do it again, I would do it in a heartbeat. Just because it molded me to be the person I am today. It molded me to be, have character and actually, live by a code that I feel that I can pass off to my own kids.
That was what I was going to ask. Do you think that everything that you've been through, you mentioned there, and again, you're talking about your dad and your grandma, helped you prepare to be Trez the father?
Mm-hmm. It did. Because, like I said, I was the oldest of 2 boys, my 2 younger brothers, but at the same time, like, my aunt, she had like my nephew and stuff like that. My baby cousin and stuff like that. So I was kind of around that, you feel me, helping out with that, different things like that, you feel me, even helping out with my brothers because it's a gap in between, you feel me, me and my brothers. So I'm 30. My middle brother, he's 25. And then my baby brother, he's 21. You feel me? So it's a gap between all of us, you feel me? So even helping out with them. But it definitely motivated me to be a father, man. It definitely, everything in my life actually, transpired and helped me be a dad. I had to grow up real early. A lot of people took the route of, leaving home as a junior in high school, living in Virginia in a military school, all boys, having to wear a uniform, cut my hair, want no dreads, want no facial hair, none of this. Like, you feel me? Had to be a whole different personality just to, be able to put myself in a position to not only better me as far as the basketball game, but also better me as far as being able to get accepted in school. You feel me? Not a lot of people would have made that decision. Most people would just stay home, finish out their high school, but then have to do a JUCO year before they went to college. I understood that going into it, and I didn't want to lose a year of college, so I made a tough decision. I left home as a senior and went to Hargrave Military Academy. It was one of the best decisions I made. It taught me a lot as far as discipline as a young adult, as far as a young man. It actually helped me grow up a lot. It really taught me actually what being away from home actually felt like before I had to do it the following year as being a freshman in school. And all those things that Hargrave instilled in me helped me going into, especially playing for one of the craziest college coaches in Rick Pitino. So, being able to be in that discipline era of a high school student with study halls. We had mandatory study halls in the Hargrave. We had mandatory hours as far as like being up in the morning and like lights out at night. You feel me? Had to wear a uniform every day. You feel me? Like walking across campus, had to wear the little hat, make sure like all that. You feel me? So it prepared me into going into college as to, another step of being away from home, but actually being an actual man for the first time in my life, you feel me? Because once you're in college, that's a whole different area. Nobody's telling you what you have to do or where you have to be. You just have to make sure you do those things. But I had already had a year of actually prepping for that because like I did a year in military school.
And then from there, going to Louisville, and again, winning a national championship is one thing, but we talk about treasures for the people here in Australia. Apparently, what's the story about you saving someone from an overturned car?
Somebody tried to beat the light, and when they did, the other car, it's basically both cars tried to beat the light, but one was turning and the other one was going straight, so it basically clipped each other. So when they did, the car flipped over, and we seen it, and it was like, basically like a reaction type thing, bro, because it started to smoke. Like, the only thing was next was bad. Like, the fire department is not that far from where it actually happened at, but at the same time, it was somebody in that car, you feel me? So, basically, it's like a reaction type thing, man, because at the same time, like, I would want somebody to do that for me, man. If that happened, man, you don't want nobody to just sit out there and that transpire into something worse, and now you got a whole tragic story when you could have did something to prevent that. And it flipped, the window cracked a little bit, and like at the same time, man, this is the right thing to do, man. I seen multiple people going out there to try to help, man. I wasn't doing anything, bro. Like, why not go and help somebody that's in the time of need, bro? That car flipped over, the window cracked. You don't want that to be no tragic story, bro. And you actually be somebody that witnessed that and just didn't do nothing, bro. At least I wouldn't want to be. I'm not a heartless person like that, man. So it was really just acting off instinct, man. Really, the fastest way to kind of get him out the car. The window was broke already, like I said, so it was really just, I basically just hit the window one more time, and then we cracked it, and then kind of basically I got him out the car before it transpired into something bad. Like I said, the fire department wasn't that far from where the accident kind of happened at, so they kind of got there pretty quickly. They actually like put the smoke out from the car flipping and everything like that. But at the same time, bro, like, you don't want to wait that out and just actually see what happens. So it was just a reaction thing, really, man.
I mean, it speaks to your character of who you are, again, off the court. And again, we could talk for hours about your story, about who you are. The last thing I want to talk about probably transpires about what we've talked here of who you are as Montrezl off the court, and then you talk about the monster on the lines. That's where the nicknames comes from. What is it about stepping over the white lines in a basketball game that brings out this competitive energy?
I love the game of basketball, man. I love the win at, by any means, you feel me? So whatever it takes to win the game, I'm gonna do those little things, whether it's my team needs me to score, take charges, rebound the ball, block shots, dive in the crowd for a loose ball, man. I don't really pay attention to any of those type things or really pay any regards to my body at that point in time of the way I'm moving and stuff like that. I'm just playing the game that I love and, doing as hard as I love, because I know, when you start to half-ass things and, take things for granted, man, that's when the injuries come. That's when, something bad happens in general. And I'm kind of big in superstition and stuff like that, you feel me? So I've always played the game to the highest competitive that I know how to, no matter what it's NBA game, Pro-Am game, pickup game. I just love being around the game of basketball, and I'm just blessed to have my grandmother be able to instill that into me, and it's been something that's been ticking in me, since I fell in love with it, and it's just what I'm gonna ride out to, really, until I, can't bounce the ball no more, really.
Last one I did forget to talk about is you talk about, the Sixth Man of the Year, but knowing your role in the NBA especially, and you talk a lot about your relationship with Lou Will and learning that. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was a blessing, really, man. And we established that relationship and built that chemistry that we had that y'all seen for so many years from, like I said, playing all summer. I played in the Pro-Am basketball league with him down in Atlanta called the NBL, and we was able to win a championship in that league over the summer. And it's crazy because it's about bragging rights and stuff like that. And it's like his group has been known for winning that league for a long time, but it's like competitive because it's another, it's a rap group in Atlanta called Street Execs, but they also have a team in it. Paul Millsap brothers have a team in it. ISO Joe has a team in it. So it's a real competitive league, man. It's about bragging rights, and a lot of guys come out and actually, compete in it. So I was just able to really just meet Lou and have a conversation with him, because I always, loved this game, even just playing him in the NBA and just how he's, adapted into what the NBA asked him to be, really, man. Because if you take Lou and put him on any of these other teams where he's playing at, he'll be starting easily. But at the same time, he understood his role, he understood what they asked him to do, and he flourished in it. And, for me to actually just be able to be around him be somebody that I could actually call a true friend and actually be somebody that's a true vet that actually taught me to understand my role in the NBA at that point in time. It was a blessing, man, because he was in that same, situation that I was in. Somebody that wanted to play the game, wanted to always be on the floor and stuff like that, but he understood that, they asked him to do this, and he perfected it to the highest level that it could be perfected to. I think he won Sixth Man of the Year 4 times, maybe 3. And for me to actually be able to learn from him and actually accept that role and learn how to flourish in that role, it's a testament to the person that he is and to the actual, knowledge and the actual teaching, caring that he has for somebody. And it's just a blessing, man.
He's got to have a little bit left in his legs. You haven't picked up the phone and said, come down?
And one thing OG is, man, he doing a lot right now, man. And one thing I can say he flourishing in is his podcast. Him and his podcast, The Underground Lounge, is definitely taking off. So he definitely is not done easily, because I actually played basketball with him this past summer in the ABL, and I seen him score 50. So he's not done by far, but he's just got one of those right situations for OG.
We'll get an NBL team on the phone.
Oh, man, easy. He can come out here and really do his thing with no questions. But I don't think OG going to cross that water. It's too far for him.
Trez, man, thank you so much for your time. We love having you here in the NBL. We look forward to watching you the rest of the season.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.